The year 2099. The city Nueva York. All citizens are under the authority of the public eye, the private police force owned by Alchemax, and all citizens must vacate the area around Alchemax corporate headquarters immediately, and that is a direct order. Obviously, Miguel O'Hara finds this concerning enough to have to ditch his ride and clothes on the speed rail racing through the city. Another day and another outfit from Miguel O'Hara's wardrobe that gets donated to some lucky downtowner. At the rate he's going, he'll be naked by the end of next week. If there is a next week. Miguel's enhanced vision is picking up powerful energy waves bursting out of Alchemax Tower, and it's spreading fast. However, Miguel has seen something like this before. Temporal energy distortions. Time itself is being torn apart. Miguel breaks into the tower to find the public eye doing a poor job at stomping out the temporal storm. The public eye orders Spider-Man to vacate the premises, but between the World War II era fighter planes flying by and the Tyrannosaurus Rex stomping around, it looks like the public eye is in over their heads. Spider-Man focuses on the dinosaur, leaving the futuristic public eye to handle the biplanes. In the middle of the skirmish, the time-displaced opponents each disappear and return to their natural point in time. In their place, redcoats arrive. Each of them point their bayonets at the wall crawler. Honestly, Miguel has to hand it to them. When Alchemax breaks something, like the time stream, they break it good. Miguel makes his way to the laboratory and finds a number of scientists huddled around a temporal door. Most likely, they are tampering with virtual unreality again, or the Fujikawa time experiments, or something else. Miguel doesn't know for sure, but it's obviously bad. Stow it, Spider-Man. Alchemax isn't responsible for this. My men are mounting a defense to save our timeline. And, more importantly, save me. Miguel turns around to be greeted by none other than Tyler Stone. Small temporal orbs are taking away pieces of the old man's body, making him look like a slice of Swiss cheese. What happened to you? Spider-Man asks.
What's it look like, you idiot? Something from the past is reaching out and erasing me, piece by piece, from the fabric of history.
Yeah? Couldn't happen to a nicer guy, Spider-Man comments. But this does prove to be a problem for Miguel. Unbeknownst to Tyler Stone, he is actually Miguel's biological father. If he ceases to exist. Alright, Spider-Man tells them. How do we stop this? Where's it coming from? Stone's men tell the two that they have successfully narrowed down the anomalies to 2 or 3 eras.
2 or 3 eras?
Tyler asks, bewildered.
There's only one point in time where something like this would originate. Think!
The heroic age, Miguel sighs as he examines a nearby computer monitor. Ugh, what have they done now. Look at all those incursions into the fabric of space-time. Why would they do that? Are they insane? They broke all of time. Mr. Stone's scientist hands Spider-Man a device that will help him keep in contact with them before sending him through the portal and back to 2013. In the present, the Horizon Labs employees are playing a friendly game of softball within Central Park. This year, the teams are everybody who got turned into a spider against everybody who got turned into a lizard. Unfortunately, Uatu Jones didn't get turned into anything, so he has to sit and watch. Luckily, Anna Maria is there to help him cheer their coworkers on.
Come on, Pete. Swing that lumber.
Otto points his bat in the air, declaring, "For you, Miss Marconi, I shall knock it out of the proverbial park. Central Park." In Otto's previous life, he was one of those nerds who was always the last to be picked. But not today. Not with this body. As Peter Parker, he is now the perfect physical specimen. And he can do anything. And best of all, his girl's watching from the stands. Otto swings the bat with all his might and the softball soars into the blinding sun. And it is out of here! Otto bellows as he flexes and takes his jog around the bases. Goal! The Horizon employees all grumble amongst each other as they watch their only ball disappear into the distance. In its place, a helicopter arrives and sets down only a couple dozen yards away. On the side of the vehicle are the bold letters reading FBI. A number of black-suited men step out, warning, "Everyone, stay where you are. Max Modell, we represent the federal government, sir, and we have several warrants for your arrest. Procurement, storing and creation of hazardous materials, harboring known fugitives, human experimentation." The men handcuff Max, and his legal counsel, Hector Bays, runs to join them. Otto demands, "Max, explain what's going on here." "You'd know, Mr. Parker, if you bothered to show up to a company meeting once in a while." Later, the news reports that, with the recent event of Max Modell's arrest, stock prices for Horizon Labs have plunged even further. With each new day, more classified documents have been released online. Whoever Horizon's whistleblower is, the damage they're doing to the company's brand is immeasurable. And elsewhere, within the Goblin Underground, Phil Urich, previous holder of the Hobgoblin Mantle, and the new Goblin Knight, stomps around to make himself heard.
I've had enough of being cooped up down here. Goblin, when are you gonna let me go topside and stick it to Spider-Man? Urich,
warns the Goblin King.
I was unprepared before. That's all. Now that I know what I'm dealing with, I'll make that web-headed twit pay for what he did to me. What he did to you? That's your takeaway from this.
The Goblin King shakes with anger. He raises one hand and shoots the Goblin Knight with an energy blast to throw him off balance before kicking the knight to the ground.
Because of you and your shenanigans, Spider-Man might be onto our goblin protocols. You're lucky I don't burn you to ash! Don't you get it, Eric? If the wall crawler finds out I've hacked his system and took all the goblins off the grid, that could really put a grip in my side. And all because you had to prance around town in your little hobgoblin mask. Wait. That's it. Oh, Phil, you've just given me an excellent idea. Yes, this should fold into my plans quite nicely.
Later, at Horizon Labs, Otto tries to wrap his head around the ongoing events. Apparently, Morbius and the Lizard were technically criminals they were harboring. The hazardous materials were Sajani Jaffrey's vibranium and Grady's time door. The human experimentation can be chalked up to the Spider Island incident and Peter Parker's Alpha experiments. Frustrating enough, that is when a few special guests arrive. Liz Allen, former high school classmate of Peter Parker, owner of Allen Chemical, and as of this morning, Horizon Labs majority shareholder. She brings with her her son, Normie, her chief of staff, Mason Banks, and her choice for this new site's supervisor, Tiberius Stone. Tiberius is there, as they put it, to make sure that everyone has a smooth transition as Horizon gets absorbed into Allen Chemical. Surely, Tiberius's intimate knowledge of the inner workings there will come in quite handy. Otto's spider sense starts buzzing like crazy. It has never been this bad before. A terrible sense of dread comes over him. It's maddening. The first of the employees to confront Tiberius is Sajani. She points a finger at his chest, reprimanding every action he's taken. But he just smirks.
Miss Jaffrey, not only am I aware of Horizon's past experiments and breakthroughs, I'm up to date on everything that's currently in production. Every unpatented idea you've worked on while on these premises, which makes it the intellectual property of Allen Chemical. And, by the way, Parker, that includes all the tech you've built here for Spider-Man, down to the secret formula for his web fluid.
Under his breath, Otto vows his revenge, and his co-workers swear that they will find a way to stop the merger. They all knew back when Tiberius worked for Horizon that he was shady. The problem is, they can't prove that. No one ever caught him in the act. This gives Grady an idea, but Otto is already gone. He slipped out of the room, following their corporate rivals to the parking lot and their cars. Proof? He thinks to himself. Legal means? Bah! Fortunately, these things have never concerned any Spider-Man, including myself. Vague or not, my spider sense is all the evidence I need to know who the real villain is here. One who must be dealt with expediently. Back inside, Grady, Sajani, Sally Floyd, and Uatu Jones searched the old storage locker for the time door. It took a little bit of time, But Grady has been working on it in secret and believes he's worked out all of the kinks. Granted, the last time Grady activated the thing, he almost blew up New York. No matter. He's just gonna pop into the past really quick, and he's not going to mess with anything. He's just going to take a couple of pictures of Stone doing, well, bad things. It's that easy. After that, the day is saved. Suddenly, the time door turns on by itself. The room is filled with bright orange temporal energy, and Miguel O'Hara jumps out of the gateway. "You," he says. "The time! Tell me!" Grady steps back. What the? Spider-Man? Yes! Well, no, never mind. The date. What year is this? 2013. I made it! Miguel cheers. And the anomaly is ahead. Wait, I've moved in time. Have I moved in space? He turns to Sajani. This lab, is it Alchemax? What? She asks. You mean Al-Chem? Not yet, thank God. We're still Horizon. Spider-Man sprints out the room. Horizon? Why does that name? Stop it, he tells himself. Focus. I've got to find Stone's anomaly before it's too late. Outside, Spider-Man drops down right in front of the caravan of corporate cars. All of you, stop. Right now. Exit your vehicles immediately. Liz, Mason Banks, Normie, and Tiberius exit their respective vehicles. Spider-Man? What's the meaning of this? Liz asks. Is everything okay? Are we in any danger? Oh, I'd say that very shortly, one of you is going to be in grave danger. Mr. Banks asks Liz to get back in the car. He is aware of Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a vigilante, a menace. Liz refuses. At ease, Mr. Banks. I know Spidey. He's a friend. He saved the lives of me and my son more times than I can count. Normie approaches Spider-Man, telling him, I know who you really are. You're a bad man. The worst. Someone should do something about you. Otto's spider sense is still going out of control. He decides that he'll just have to worry about it later. He's here for one man, and one man alone. I don't know what you're planning, Stone, but it stops here. Do you understand? I've really gotten to you, haven't I, Spidey? Don't worry, Avenger. Your time will come. But right now, everything I'm doing is above board. You can't lay a finger on me. Really? Otto asks as he reels back his fist. Is that what you think? Well, let's put that to the test then. Suddenly, Miguel swings in. No, let's not, he says, webbing back Otto's fist. What? Otto asks. Who dares? That'd be me, the Spider-Man of tomorrow, here to save today. Hey guys, so if you made it to this part of the video, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. Superior Spider-Man is by far my favorite story of all time. So, yeah, thanks for letting me share this with you. But remember, we have our DC TV weekly recaps every Wednesday around 1 p.m. Pacific time. And after that, the episodes will be uploaded separately on our second channel, the OverLook Media. 3 words. So yeah, if you guys want to talk about TV, movies, or anything like that with us, go check out that channel. Until then, I hope everyone has a great rest of the night.